and welcome to another reaction video. Today, surprisingly, after an announcement yesterday, the Red Band trailer for The Suicide Squad has dropped. So we're about to watch that and see my live reactions to it. If you haven't seen it yet, watch along with me. Put in the comments below your reactions as the trailer goes on. With regards to this, it is not a sequel directly from the previous Suicide Squad movie, though there are returning characters, and I imagine it will touch on things that happened there, so it's kind of like a soft reboot. That said, I really enjoyed the first Suicide Squad. I know it had a lot of issues, I know it had a lot of problems, I know it had a lot of faults, but there were some really good things about it. My favourite parts of the original Suicide Squad were actually the character work. Some of the action scenes were great, but when it got to the end battle, when it was fighting the blobs and the blue beam to space situation, not so much. But the actual character work and the interactions with the Suicide Squad were the highlights for me, seeing these characters together. And like Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie was born to play Harley Quinn. She is fantastic in it. And she returns as Harley Quinn. Joel Kinnaman returns as Rick Flag. Viola Davis as Amanda Waller. And Jai Courtney as Captain Boomerang, who was also another highlight from the previous Suicide Squad. His image was featured in the Birds of Prey movie as well. So there's some connections there. So they're returning. Taika Waititi is in here. A Marvel alum of James Gunn. Taika Waititi is in an unknown role, so that could be interesting. Joining those are King Shark, who is played by Steve Agee and voiced by Sylvester Stallone, which I only found out when I went to IMDb today. Didn't realise he was voicing them. We also have Idris Elba as Bloodsport. He was initially going to come in as a replacement of Will Smith for Deadshot, because Will Smith had some issues with conflicting interests regarding other roles in other movies. So they were going to have Idris Elba play Deadshot, but they then said, no, we'll just make him another character, so he's Bloodsport. Michael Rooker is in here as Savant. He's a James Gunn regular. Elise Braga plays Sol Soraya, who I'm not familiar with. I don't know if she is a character from the comics. Nathan Fillion is in as TDK. Nathan Fillion is in as TDK. It's a play on The Dark Knight, but it's actually the detachable kid. He can remove his limbs, so that he's one of like almost the joke characters in the comics. So it'll be interesting to see how they do him here. Pete Davidson is in as Blackguard. John Cena as Peacemaker, who's getting his own TV show after this. Peter Capaldi is in as the Thinker. Fantastic piece of casting there. The Thinker was also featured in season 4 of The Flash. David Dastmalchian is in there as well. He's playing Polka Dot Man, who's another joke character, but could be done very well, depending how they play it. And he's a fantastic actor. He's been in The Dark Knight. He was in Gotham. He's in Ant-Man. And now he's in this. Sean Gunn, brother of James Gunn, playing Weasel. We have Mei Ling playing Mongal, who's like a gender-swapped version of Mongol, who's like an alien character. Daniela Melchior is Ratcatcher 2, and Flula Borg is Javelin. That is your Suicide Squad for this movie. And I have to believe they've got so many because there's going to be 2 teams. There's going to be a team that goes in to do whatever the mission is and get wiped out. And then that's where our version of the Suicide Squad comes in, which will be the main players, along with King Shark and Bloodsport likely as well, and Peacemaker. So I imagine a few of them are definitely not going to make the end of the runtime. It's an R-rated movie, which is why it's a Red Band trailer. So if you're underage of watching a Red Band trailer, please do get your parents' permission to do so before you watch the trailer along with me or on your own. It's a step up from the previous Suicide Squad, which was a PG-13 movie. There have been more and more R-rated stuff coming through. Joker was R-rated, Deadpool was R-rated. The recent Snyder Justice League is R-rated as well, and it's the better for it. Not everything needs to be R-rated. Some things are better placed being R-rated though. The Punisher, for example, Deadpool, Daredevil also. Certain things like that where it's gritty and brutal. This I think is going to be R-rated in the James Gunn way, where it's going to go a bit more fantastical. But I'm gibbering away here. We have a trailer to watch, so let me put my headphones on. We'll give this trailer a watch. We'll see what we think, and we'll have a little bit of a discussion afterwards.
You gotta be kidding me. You're gonna risk the entire mission for a mental defective dressed as a court jester.
This coming from a guy that wears a toilet seat on his head.
We don't leave one of our own behind.
Hopefully Harley's still alive.
No funny business. These are dangerous people.
Team 2 is clear to go.
Fire on. 3, 2.
What are you guys doing?
What?
We're here to save you.
You were gonna save me?
It was a really good plan, too.
Well, I can go back inside and you can still do it.
That's patronizing.
I'm so sorry. Harley Quinn.
Blood sport.
Okay, we're off that flag already.
You know the deal. Successfully complete the mission, you get 10 years off your sentence. Times are hard. You fail to follow my orders in any way, and I detonate the explosive device in the base of your skull.
So this is the famous Suicide Squad.
Oh, she looks
Num.
Any questions?
And
Yes, that is your hand. Very good.
we're all gonna die.
I hope so.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Here's the deal. We fail the mission, you die.
If we find out any information you give us is false, you die.
If we find out you have personalized license plates, you die.
What? No.
If you cough without covering your mouth.
Harley, although that isn't an open invitation for you to cough without covering your mouth.
What's the plan?
How the hell am I supposed to know?
You're the leader. You're supposed to be decisive.
And I've decided that you should eat a big bag of dicks.
If this whole beach was completely covered in dicks, and somebody said I had to eat every dick until the beach was clean for liberty, I would say no problemo.
Why would someone put penises all over the beach?
Who knows why madmen do what they do?
This is suicide.
Oh,
That's kind of our thing.
Don't you worry, eh? I'm gonna get you out of here alive.
I'm going to get you out of here alive.
Oh my God! We've got a freaking kaiju up in this shit!
fucking Starro!
We love the rain. It's like angels are splooching all over us.
Okay, what do we think of that? Didn't give much away of the story. That was Starro. That was a big Starro. Kind of figured he was going to be in it. Some sneak peeks at the movie showed little Starros on people's heads. So it looks like Starro is going to be the main villain, which is interesting because he was the first villain for the Justice League. So it's interesting that he's Starro's a villain for the Suicide Squad here. So looking at this, based on the trailer, it looks like I was partly right, maybe getting it wrong. Harley Quinn was part of the first group that went in. She had javelin in her hand and there was blood, so I think she's the only survivor of the first team that goes in, which means Javelin's gone, and whoever went in with them at that point in time. I hope it doesn't mean Cat Boomerang's gone. Didn't see much of him at all in that trailer. I think you can see, looking at it, you can see there's a few who aren't mentioned at all, or really shown much in the trailer. It looks like the Thinker isn't part of the Suicide Squad. It looks like he was someone they encountered along the way. King Shark is awesome. The fact that we saw him eating someone and then ripping someone in half. I am very excited for this movie. It has a different tone to the previous one. It's still a fun looking movie though. And hopefully we get some more things between now and the release date. But tone-wise, I think we know exactly what we're getting. We know who James Gunn is. We know what he does. We've seen what he's done with the Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. We would have had Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but Disney fired him, so he went to make this, and then Disney rehired him, which is why that's been delayed. But for what we've seen here, I am very excited for the Suicide Squad. I'm very excited to see Harley Quinn back in her element, along with a few of the other guys. Rick Flag looks like he's a better version of what he was in Suicide Squad. King Shark, as I said, is awesome. Peacemaker's hilarious. Bloodsport, Polka Dot Man. The dynamic that I was hoping for is present and correct. So roll on to when this film is released. DC's on a roll at the moment. We've got this Justice League. The Zack Snyder Justice League has just came out. We're getting The Batman. The Flash movie has started production. Things are picking up, and I'm hoping that Marvel pick up soon as well. Black Widow is due out in July now. Falcon and the Winter Soldier is ongoing. This looks fun. This looks phenomenal. But that's enough for this video. It's gone on long enough, but thank you very much for watching. Thank you for taking the time to spend it with me, watching me react to this video. If you have any questions or any comments, put them down below. I will answer everyone. Give your thoughts on the trailer. What do you think? What are you hoping to see? Are you hoping for a Joker cameo, a Batman cameo, anything along those lines? But as I said, thank you very much for watching. Please stay safe, wear a mask, look after yourself, look after each other, and we'll see you again soon on the next video. Have a great weekend.